Yo, what's up, Bulldogs? Alright, today we're going to be talking about how to kill your inner clown. What does that mean? What's your inner clown? It's the goofy side of you, and it's preventing you from having a lot of success in life because you're using this as a defense mechanism. I'm going to talk about that in this video. I'm going to give you a way to take a knife and kill your inner clown just like killing it. If you guys are just joining me for the first time, I'm John from Bulldog Mindset.com. On this channel, I teach you how to become a man, how to build your financial independence, how to get the physique you want, how to get the girls you want, and how to go from the victim mindset to the Bulldog mindset. If that sounds like something that you are remotely interested in, I suggest you click the subscribe button, click the bell to get notifications. If you've been here for a while, I would appreciate if you hit that like button just to let me know that you care, and also that the YouTube algorithm knows that you care as well. Also, if you haven't already, take the Bulldog quiz. It's up here in the cards at the top. Also, there's a link below. It's just 10 questions. It will tell you your Bulldog score, and believe me, you want to know if you are a Bulldog. All right, guys, so I've got an email here, a question. I'm going to try and read it off my screen here. He says, "Hi, John. It's a pleasure to be writing you." That's a good greeting, man. I like that. Pleasure to be writing you. I started watching your videos in March of last year, and since that time, many aspects of my life have changed for the better. Acting like more of a man, understanding and being better around women, not blaming others for my own weakness/ineptitude. For that, I am forever grateful and thank you. This is good. I like this so far. All right. However, there is one topic I desperately need help with due to the lack of information surrounding it. Similar to, quote, kill your father, stepping up and forging your own way in this world, I need help with kill thy clown. I like this. This guy's got some style. All right. For as long as I can remember, I've always been the funny guy, class clown, etc. But with my growth and evolution as a person, I feel as though this part of me I need to kill, or at the very least tone down to the bare minimum. I'm trying, but I still catch myself making too many jokes, not being serious when required. Being a clown has its perks. Initially, women that I'm interested in/flirt with and funny around give me, quote, the eye. All right, if you know what I mean, but after a period of time, they get tired of my shit because you can't be trusted, not taken seriously enough, etc. It's gotten to a point where even I'm getting tired of my shit. When you're getting tired of your own shit, guys, that's when you send me an email, all right? When you get tired of your own shit, I will help you with that, all right? Any help regarding this topic would be greatly appreciated. Kind regards. P.S. I recently purchased your Stop Being Lazy audiobook from Audible, and I look forward to listening to it. Okay, you guys should purchase that, obviously. But, okay, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about the inner clown, and I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach here. I know there's a guy that likes to rub his hands like this, who I highly respect. He has got a lot of good videos, and I've actually had him on the channel. So I'm not going to talk crap about what he says, but there are some videos where he says to always be serious. And I disagree with that. I don't think you need to always be serious. I think you could take that persona, just like an immense amount of gravitas, just this tank of a man that just like never laughs. I think you could take that approach, and I think you'd probably be fine with that. But for most of you, that's not going to be genuine and authentic, and it's going to be hard for you to pull off, okay? Instead, what I would suggest, all right, is that you analyze why you're doing things, right? Because what you do is not so important, but why you do it is important, okay? So a lot of you guys, the reason why you need to kill that clown is because the clown is masking something. So let me give you an example, okay? When I was a kid, I remember getting bullied in like elementary school or middle school, and someone would say something like, I had this shirt that was called Tag Rag, okay? It had Tag Rag on it. My mom bought it for me, all right? And it was like this jersey. It was pretty dorky clothing. And guys would call me Tag Rag. Oh, look, it's Tag Rag, right? And here I am, this goofy, whatever, like 8 or 9 year old or whatever it is. And I'm laughing. I'm like, ha, 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 Tag Rag, ah, right? You see what I'm saying? I'm laughing about that. Okay, why am I laughing about that? I'm laughing about that because I'm trying to be liked. I'm trying to go along with them. I'm embarrassed, okay? I feel self-conscious. I don't think it's funny that these people are picking on me. I know they're picking on me, right? So my real response as a man, again, an 8-year-old man, but as someone who is becoming a man, should be to say, yeah, I don't like I don't like that, you know, or to punch someone in the nose, right? It shouldn't be to laugh along with them. All right, so this is where I want to start with, okay? Because I want you guys to understand, in order to kill your inner clown, you have to understand where it's coming from. Okay, because it's good to be funny. I mean, you can be a funny guy, right? The problem though is that if you're doing it because you're trying to hide something that you're feeling, or you're trying to get approval from people, or you're masking some other thing that's going on here. So what you really have to do, okay, as a man, is you have to change, you have to get out there and you have to truly reveal yourself, truly put yourself out there in a somewhat vulnerable situation. All right. What do I mean by that? So again, I've got a lot of guys that I'll do some coaching and some dating coaching, and they'll tell me about how they're doing like cold approaches, and they're talking to women, and they'll say, I'm not making any progress, John. And so I'll watch them, all right, and I'll see what they're doing, or I'll dissect and I'll ask them what they're doing, and what I'll see is that they're indeed approaching, okay, they are getting over that fear, they're going up and they're doing it, but even though they're doing it, they're not doing it in such a way that puts them in any way a vulnerable position, right? So, for example, if I go up to someone, let's say I go up to a girl and I'm like, hey, how's it going? I'm John. And then she's like, oh yeah, hey, how's it going, John? Like, so what are you doing today? Blah blah blah. Oh yeah. So where do you work, right? What are you studying? What, whatever. Blah 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 blah. Oh, I like that too. Blah blah blah. You see what I'm saying? There's no risk involved, right? But if I go up and I'm like, hey, what? You're just like fucking stop. I just had to stop you. I had to talk to you because, like, I have never seen a girl that just looks so put together. Somebody struck me and I said, damn, I just got to go meet that girl. What are you doing today? Huh? Okay, yeah. Gosh, I'm listening to what you're saying, but I'm just distracted by your eyes. Like I keep on thinking all these bad thoughts. I'm trying to be a nice guy, but so maybe I can make it hard for me. You see what I'm saying? Like, again, maybe you're grabbing a hand, maybe you're like doing some bold stuff. And I'm not saying to necessarily do what I just said there, okay? I'm not saying that, but I'm just giving you a quick example of something that would be putting you in a more uncomfortable situation, okay? If you're doing that, all right, you're putting yourself in a vulnerable situation, because all those things that I said there, and again, don't repeat what I said verbatim, okay? It may come off in the wrong way, all right? Maybe I can pull it off, maybe you can't pull it off. It doesn't matter. What I'm saying though is that either way, what you can look at, and you see in that situation, is that there's a much greater chance for rejection, okay? There's a much greater chance for being shut down. And so because I've opened myself more by opening myself to a potential attack, right? Something that could crush my ego, right? And so if you want to become a man who has more gravitas, who has more strength, who's not this clown, you've got to get rid of those mechanisms that we use to basically cope, to buffer ourselves, right? Rollo Tomassi, he's always talked to him a few times, and he's talking about a lot of times this idea of buffering, right? If you've read Rational Male, again, I'll put a link to Rational Male, really good book, highly recommend it. Rollo's, I consider to be a good friend, and and I agree with a lot of his perspective. And one of the things, like I said, is that he talks about this idea of buffering, and buffering is anytime that you're trying to make the rejection not be so bad. And so what a lot of you guys are doing with your inner clown is it's a buffering technique, okay? You're not directly facing the rejection, and so you're trying to laugh it off. You're trying to play it off, right? You're trying to play some character that you're not, so that you yourself don't get rejected, right? If I'm vulnerable with you, if I'm authentic with you, if I'm genuine with you, and I say certain things to you, then if you shut me down, if you react in a negative way, it's me. It could hurt. It could bruise my ego. But if I'm like, ha ha ha, yeah, ha ha ha, and I'm telling jokes, and I'm funny, and whatever, and I'm just like being a clown, right? And then you're like, and then you reject me. Well, it's just my clown personality. It's just, and I can laugh it off. I can pretend like it doesn't hurt. You've seen the memes where there's like the clown face, and then he's really crying beneath. Okay, that's the thing. And so you're not going to be real. You're not going to be authentic. People are going to get tired of your shit because they're going to be like, where's the real fucking person in there? Where's the real guy? Where's the real man inside there? So if you want to kill this clown, you have to kill this neediness, because the clown comes from neediness. Okay, it comes from that needing that validation from women, from other people, in order to tell you that it's a persona that you're putting on in order to get that, because you've figured out a way to do that, to be the class clown, to be funny, to hide your emotion instead of dealing with it. Again, I have a video on the 3 ways to deal with emotion as a man. Go watch this video, okay, if you haven't. Also, if you really want some in-depth stuff on how to deal with emotion as a man, 3 steps to basically achieve emotional mastery in the Bulldog Mindset membership. I've got a link up here and also in the description below. $7 for the first month. Go check it out. I've got a nice lesson in there on exactly how to become, how to deal with emotional mastery, right? If you're struggling with the clown thing, you're in phase 1. You're in level 1 of emotional mastery. You're wearing your heart on your sleeve, okay? But you're trying to cover that up, right? We got to get you to level 3 where you're able to be fully open and expressive and accept whatever happens in the world, to process and deal with those things. So definitely check out the Bulldog Mindset membership if you haven't already. Go click below and you can join right away and get access to that. Okay, so again, I'm trying to think about how to really sum this up for you guys, but what it comes down to with dealing with your inner clown is like I said, it's about why are you doing these things? You have to recognize the reason why you're acting this way, the reason why you're acting like a goofball is because you're buffering yourself from rejection. So the counter to this, all right, is I want you to be raw and authentic with people. I want you to actually tell people what you're actually thinking and feeling and not laugh it off. Okay? Now, don't be butthurt and don't be upset and don't be crybaby, but if someone does something and you don't like it, just be real. Just be like, look, I really don't like what you did. I don't like that you said that. That makes me feel in this way. It makes me feel like you don't respect me as a person, and I don't like that. Okay? Now, this is not the place where you're going to stay. You don't need to be as expressive as I'm telling you now. But if you start doing this, okay, what you're going to find is that you're going to be killing that clown. Okay, and what you're going to find is that as you do this and you're more open with people and more authentic, they're going to appreciate you more, and you're going to start to have this sense of gravitas. Okay, because you're going to find that when you are vulnerable to some degree, that you still survive, that you can face an actual full-on rejection, that someone could laugh in your face and you could just stand there and you could just deal with that, and you don't have to laugh back, you don't have to respond back, you don't have to be a clown, you don't have to amuse them, you can just sit there in that uncomfortability. So a lot of the times what you're doing is you're using this to deal with feeling uncomfortable. What I want you to do is I want you to stew in the uncomfortability. I want you to be uncomfortable, and I want you to stay there, and I want you to be okay with that. And as you do that and you develop that, then what you're going to realize is that, see, the shit won't faze you anymore, because you're going to be like, okay, it doesn't matter. And now you can turn it on and turn it off. Now you can be this funny, kind of charming guy, maybe a little bit cocky, and you can make people laugh, and you can be having a good time. But when it comes down to being serious, you can be serious, right? You can stop. You can be serious, because you can deal with these heavy emotions. You can deal with the tension that's going to be created. Because, see, again, one last thing I'll tell you guys is that a lot of the reason why you're screwing up with women in this regard is because you create some level of sexual tension, which has to develop in order for sexual attraction to occur. And then you break the tension, you cut it, because you can't handle it. Because you can't just sit there. You can't just stare into a girl's eyes. You can't just be sexual. Instead, you got to make it funny. You got to break the tension. You got to laugh. You got to insert a laugh track. You see what I'm saying? In order to make it so that you can be comfortable, because you're uncomfortable. So what I want you to do is I want you to practice being uncomfortable. And this is something that I tell a lot of my coaching clients, is I send them out on missions to make themselves become uncomfortable, because the more uncomfortable you are, the more that you'll be real, the more that you'll be authentic, the more that you'll be grounded in yourself as a man, and the more that you will have that gravitas, that seriousness, that clown will be killed. Because the clown, it was a good invention, okay? It was a good invention that you invented in order to protect yourself, but you don't need the clown anymore. You cannot have that clown anymore. It's like your imaginary friend. You have to get rid of it so that you can face life. Does that make sense? All right, guys, subscribe. Give a thumbs up and let me know what you think about this. Are you going to kill your inner clown? Leave a comment below.